Hi, how's it going? Um, I'm just deciding to do this video for no particular reason. I'm a bit bored, not much to do, so I figured I'd just kind of ramble for a while about how RuneScape went for me in 2014 and what my goals for 2015 are. If you can't be bothered waiting for me to ramble on and on about what 2014 is like, my goals for 2015 are just quickly 200 mil agility, 60 mil magic, an undefined amount of farming XP, and another 2,000 easy clue scrolls, making 5,000 total. But anyway, 2014 was alright. I started the year with a goal to reach max total. At the time, it was to reach 2277 rather than 2179, but reasons that I might end up getting into, I'm not sure. I didn't do Hunter, quite obviously. I mean, level 1, good fun. Yeah, coming into the year, I think the only skills I had finished were thieving, agility, runecrafting, herblore, smithing, and magic. I'd been working on Slayer a bit, but I stopped near the end of December to start doing fishing because I figured I may as well do it before I finish Slayer so I could get strength XP. Finished off 99 fishing in early January. I think it was about the 6th or the 7th. And then went straight back into Slayer. I was about level 87 Slayer at the time. And just went straight through to 99. I didn't particularly care for Slayer. I thought it was overall a fairly boring skill. You pretty much just sit around, click monsters and wait for them to die. There's nothing overly engaging to do it. There's not much outside of a little bit of cannon spot luring to make it slightly interesting. The one thing that I did enjoy about Slayer was I made a full log of all of my tasks and all of my drops that I got from level 80 right through to 89. 99, not 89. It's a little bit off compared to what you would get now because I started before the Slayer updates that came out. So Neve, the Slayer Cave, Slayer Points and all that kind of stuff. Didn't really have any kind of release date set. So I just started and I just did Slayer. I didn't really want to wait. Wanted to get it out of the way. I guess I'll put the log down in the description if anybody is interested in seeing it, but it's not overly accurate. The updates did come out when I was level... the cave came out when I was level 87. No. 91, I think. The cave came out. And then I didn't bother with Neve because I wanted to finish my log entirely on Duradel. And yeah, it's a bit anachronistic probably for modern Slayer. Got a truck in the background, if you can hear that. After Slayer, funny story there. I finished Slayer and then I spent like an hour or so elking all of my rune drops. I did it here at Ardoin. Then I think it was like 7 or 8 at night. I was a bit tired because I've been playing a fair amount for the last month or so. So I just kind of went and didn't play for the rest of the day, did some other stuff. And then I woke up in the morning, went to log in to do something. I can't remember what I was intending to do at that stage, but I was greeted by a nice little ban message. I for a reason that, sorry, I don't quite understand. I managed to cop a 2-week ban. The evidence given was a jagex moderator comment that was effectively just, it was literally just a full stop. I don't know at all. I use the most basic possible AHK scripts. I don't really know how you can bot Slayer the way I did it. I've got a full log of every single task and every significant drop that I got. So I definitely did not bot that. But anyway, just on a side note, that was probably the turning point for when I decided not to do Hunter, because in around about probably September or October of 2013, I looked at how much time I had left to max total. I looked at how much I thought I'd be able to play or I'd be willing to play to get there, and I set a goal of max total by middle of May 2014, so that I could max my birthday, which is probably not the most original thing in the world, but I don't know, I thought it'd be a cool idea. And after that ban, it just wasn't quite possible for me to reach that. 2 weeks is a lot of time. They were 2 weeks that I was relying on to play a lot, because it was just before my classes started. I'd moved into my flat. I was pretty much the only person in my flat at the time for 2 weeks. And I was willing to be playing 15 hours a day, just trying to get myself closer and closer to max, but that didn't end up happening. I ended up playing Realm of the Mad God and Skyrim for 2 weeks straight, instead of RuneScape. But yeah, I served out the full 2 weeks, and then when I was unbanned, I went straight into woodcutting, I think. I was about level 73 at the time, I want to say. I did 70 on a mixture of oaks, willows, and maples, so that I could cut and fletch my own bows and then sell them to get starter cash a long time ago. And then I think I'd AFK'd some willows to 73. I went straight into woodcutting. I got myself to about level 90, early 90s, I think, and then I had a couple of days off university, and I decided to do my first ever 30-hour record in woodcutting. It went alright. I think I got 2.3, 2.4 mil, something. I don't know, at the time it was number 1. It was just above what Vesfold had, which at the time was number 1. So it must have been about 2.42 mil, I'd say. 2.46. Don't quite recall. But anyway, I did that, and then I think we had a clan competition like a week later after that, and I for some reason decided to do a 30-hour fletching right at the start of that. No, I did that second. At the start of it, I did another 30-hour woodcutting. The clan competition was announced. I decided to stop woodcutting so that I could save that 30-hour start of it. I got myself to 90-something fletching, banked about 30 hours worth of magic unstrung longbows and bowstrings. And then went back to woodcutting the first day of the competition. Started this one at level 97, getting it to level 99 during it with no lumberjack. I got about 2.62 mil, which beat the number 1, which was mine, and I got that. Improved quite a bit. I was fairly happy, and then I think I played a little bit more the next day, And the day straight after that I went into my fletching 30 hour, which was really shitty because about 4 hours into my first 6 hour log, I think it was, I ended up getting disconnected, and I decided to keep going and played for probably 34 hours, 35 hours straight. Just fletching magic longbows. I just gave up on my experience rate after that disconnection because I didn't care when I got less than 6 mil. So it's a pretty awful record. It's 5.6. I think I ended up playing for 28 plus 4, so that's 32 hours of fletching, not 34. But anyway, after that, I can't really remember which skill I did. I think I might have actually just gone straight into mining. I was about 70 mining at the time. I got myself to 80 at iron, initially at Ardoin, but when I was in the low 70s, the wilderness arena, the wilderness resource area, was brought into the game, and I decided to try it out. Ooh, I just gotta do something quick. Fucking telemarketers calling my house, making me waste XP. Where was I? So yeah, Wilderness Arena came out. Static Spawns was still not out. I'd been waiting for them for a really fucking long time and decided that I was sick of it and I just wanted to do mining and get out of the way so that I had all of the quote-unquote hard skills done at that point in time. Well, once I was done with it. I was one of the first people to find that the iron spawns up in the arena had extremely high spawn rates and were basically World 1, and doing them in PvP worlds meant that you didn't get randoms. And that was nice, so I was there until level 80 before I moved to the quarry. I enjoyed the quarry. I think I've got really, really bad ping, especially since it was on the laggier worlds because static spawns still went out, so you're either mining on World 1, World 2, World 330, and the spawn rates were just absolute complete shit anywhere else, and you couldn't get any decent rates, but I probably averaged maybe 55k to 99. I preferred using a rune pick over a D-pick, so I did most of it with that. Prospector wasn't out. Mining was okay. I did the last bit over 1 mil at Motherlode because it came out just as I was finishing the skill, and I decided to do a cheeky little 30 hour there and got just under 1.2 mil XP for that. Made a little bit of money, probably helped a bit later, because as soon as I finished mining I started to runecraft a bit because all of the skills I had left were viables, I think. I think I had cooking, prayer, crafting, fire making, a little bit of farming, and construction left to do. So I needed to make money, so I started runecrafting. And then went straight into crafting, as I believe. No, I got cooking somewhere while I was doing 99 mining. I did do some AFKing for schoolwork, so I just did cooking for that. I got 99 somewhere in there. And then I did 99 crafting, and I did another really bad 30 hour for that one. I think I got 7 mil XP. I was buying and selling hides the whole time because I didn't have enough money to buy bulk at the time, and I just wanted to get it done with. Then after crafting, I think it was iron make. No, it might have been fire making. I did again. Another shitty 30 hour. I think at some point in this I managed to do 8 30 hours within 9 weeks. Most of them were crap, only the second woodcutting one was any good. Yeah, I got 111 XP. I did that at Varrock because I was really lazy and I was feeling really shit. I was sick at the time. I finished it, went to sleep, and I was waking up every couple of hours and quite violently throwing up and excreting waste. It was not pleasant. I hated it. It was real bad. I don't like fire making. And after fire making, I did prayer. I got that to just under 99 because I actually ran out of dragon bones because I kept burying way too many dragon bones instead of using them on the altar. And then the only skill I had left was construction. I think I got farming because I missed that. A little bit after crafting, maybe. Yeah, construction I liked. I actually really liked construction. It was just you against the game, and all you had to do was learn the pattern, do the pattern, get perfect, and you could get great XP rates. I probably sat at around 395 to 405k during most of my construction. EHP at the time was 410, 420, I think. So I was pretty damn happy with that on my 300 ping, whatever it is I got. But yeah, so that was middle of May. I got that. I maxed my total with one hunter on the 19th of May, 2014. At the time, I was in line to be, I believe, rank 11 to max total. If I hadn't have been banned for those 2 weeks and done hunter, I probably could have gotten rank 8 or 9. I think 9. That would have been pretty cool. I think. Whatever. After maxing, I had absolutely no plans. I was intending to start playing a lot less, focus a bit more in real life. It didn't quite work out, but whatever. I think I did a little bit of rune crafting, a little bit of agility, but at some point during that, trance music set a woodcutting record just above mine. Badiki's lumberjack, and if I'd had lumberjack on mine, I would have had more experience. And I didn't want to have to explain this or say this ever, so I decided to just do a 30 hour, and I got the current, it's still rank 1, it's just over, and for experience over 2.8 mil. I'm still pretty happy with that record. It was right at the start of another week EHP competition within Hexus. I think it was actually around this time that I got the old gold star. Yeah, look at that. You kick people. It's good. Loving it. Yeah, we had a competition. I wasn't intending to do that much. I was the last pick in the entire draft out of 10 players. And I ended up doing a 120-hour woodcutting week with class. That's the current number 1. It's just over 11 mil. It can be improved a lot because I was still going to class and I slept like 10 hours after the first 30 and then about another 10 or 11 hours after the next day because I was still not entirely sure if I wanted to go for the number 1 record. But I did anyway, and I got it. And then after that week, I kept woodcutting for a bit, and one day I just got really bored. I decided to go. It was the day that the Clue Scroll expansion update came out and a couple of friends from a while ago were going to do some PVM and stuff to try and get some elites. So I figured I'd go along because I was really sick of training woodcutting. I wasn't particularly enjoying it. And somehow I ended up doing a few easy clue scrolls. I can't exactly remember why I started doing them, but I did about 50 of them. I took a picture of the loot that I got in my bank, posted it on a message board saying, haha, 10% of the way there is a bit of a joke. And then someone replied to that saying, you'll never do 500. And I kind of took that as a bit of a challenge. So I decided to do 500 of them. And then when I got to 500, I decided to do another 500 because I'd started streaming. I was getting fairly decent viewer numbers. I think during my first stream I was almost 100 consistent, which was pretty great, but it was mostly due to the content rather than me. I'm terrible at streaming. I can't interact with people. I'm just not quite normal or relatable enough for it all. But then when I got to 1000, I decided to do another 1000. Got to 2000 clues completed. I might put some loot pics from that in the description as well. Then after that, I just kind of figured, oh, I've got nothing to do, I'll do a bit of agility maybe, and then I kind of ended up doing a lot of agility. I was doing 15-hour days quite reliably, with class still going on. It's my by far most played month. I reached about 450. I think it was about 440 EHP, with 16 hours of class a week, and takes me maybe 20 minutes either way. Sometimes just wait around on campus between classes rather than coming back. I was probably sleeping maybe 4 to 5 hours a night for that whole month, and the most interesting thing about that month, in hindsight for me, is just as I stopped, a mid-semester break was about to come into effect. I'd stocked up my house. I'd cleared my schedule. I had a bunch of food that I'd cooked in the fridge ready for the week. I had absolutely nothing to do, and I was ready to do a 130 to 140 hour agility week. I wanted to get at least 8 million experience, if not more. But I sat down, I played for about 3 hours, and I was just kind of feeling a bit tired already, and I just thought to myself, I don't want to spend the next 130 hours within the next week with a constant feeling of tiredness, because I was already reasonably sleep deprived from the month overall, and I just didn't really want to make it worse. Yeah, fucking fly in my mouth. But yeah, I quit for about a month and a half. I didn't play at all. Oh, it's a lie. I logged in for a couple of hours. I did my Rusty Swords, recorded that, uploaded that, logged out, didn't talk to anyone. I think I might have said like 2 things in the CC. I kind of regret not telling anyone. I probably should have. Yeah, I spent probably a month and a half, 2 months, just sitting around playing other video games, mostly Fire Emblem, and then watching movies, television shows, anime, all that kind of crap. It was nice to not play RuneScape and to not think about having to wake up at a certain time. I could just kind of sleep as much as I wanted and then not worry at all about missing out on any experience. Anyway, one day during that I kind of looked at the high scores. I looked at a few ranks and I decided that I'd start playing a little bit again. I hadn't entirely resolved to never play again, but I had quit at that point in time. I had quit. I didn't want to play, but I'm a pathetic addicted addict. Addicted addict. Nice. Love that. Good. Good. And so that was in around late October, I think. And so October, December, I was fairly consistent, probably 6 to 8, 9 maybe hours a day. No, it must have been earlier. It must have been early October, because I came back. I did another 3 mil agility, because when I quit I was at 47, and I got to 50 mil. And then I went to go and get to 50 mil woodcutting, because at the time I had 34. I did another, was that 4 mil or something? And then I just couldn't fucking stand doing woodcutting. Shit skill. And I went and did another 1,000 clue scrolls, just casually, and then I started doing agility again. And then November, December, I sat at a fairly consistent, probably 50 to 60 hours a week of agility, right through to the end of the year, and finished it off. I think I was probably at about 72 mil agility at the end of it all. So it was alright as a year. I got a lot done. I think I peaked at around rank 13 or 14 for efficient hours played. That was just before I quit, quote unquote quit. During that month and a half I fell back to probably about 24, almost 25. Now I'm back up to 19, 18 or something. I managed to get myself rank 1 record set at some point during the year. I think it was late July, because I did a farming 30 hour alongside a thieving 30 hour, so I did them both at the same time. Managed to grab 5 minute and day in both of those, not these. What am I doing? And yeah, that was 2014. I was also rank 1 clue scroll, rank 1 hunter pure, rank 5 agility. It's probably the only significant ranks or things I got. Records, I've kind of covered some of them. I got a bunch of like top 5 days, because almost every Bible I did a really crappy 30 hour. The woodcutting day I'm happy with. Fucking piece of shit telemarketer is calling my house again. It was the same person as well. I'm sick of this shit. Can't even play RuneScape properly. But anyway, I was fairly happy with that woodcutting day. I could probably improve it, but I don't want to, because I don't like woodcutting. I'm fairly happy with the woodcutting week, although again I could improve it because I was going to class. And then the same applies to my agility week, which is like 7.1 mil. My agility month, which is just under 26, although that wasn't a full month. My farming 30 hour was just at the start. Yeah, that's what I did in 2014. I aimlessly played RuneScape for most of it. But anyway, 2015. So I've got, as I said earlier, the one big goal which is 200 mil agility, and then just a few smaller ones, the 60 mil magic to happen alongside it, an unknown amount of farming, another 2,000 clues. At this stage, at least at this stage, I'm intending to go straight through to 200 mil agility rather than stopping and taking a break at, not taking a break, just stopping at, I think it's about 185 mil, so that I can get the rest of my agility XP from fishing. Honestly, that would be the smarter idea, because fishing is one of the skills I might see myself doing later, but I don't know. Depends on how I feel at the time, what the high school is looking at the time, how I feel about the high schools at the time, and such. But I've got 125 mil, or 100 mil, or 110 mil, sorry, I can't do maths, to go until I'm done with agility. I'm probably just going to do this straight, no breaks. I'll be done early November, maybe. Depends on how much I play, depends on how real life ends up playing out for the next year. Still not really sure what I'm doing. Yeah, magic is going to happen alongside that. I'm just casting magic imbue. Need to buy some more astrals. I think I need about another 930k, which is, what's that? 130. About another 100 mil. I've got some money in Torstal herbs hanging out right now, so I'll buy another 100,000. I'm going to pay for that entirely through my marks. Or I'm going to pay for that through my third goal, which is farming. I'd like to do my farming with only Torstals and melons. I did probably from 15 to 20 mil XP only using them. I've probably done 10 to 12 million XP with just melons and herbs. I really like doing it. I really like collecting the melons. It's just a nice break. But the reason that I've stopped right now at 20 is because of everybody doing diaries, all the merchants buying up all of the seeds, all of the normal people who wouldn't normally be doing farming, buying up all of the seeds. Buying Torstal seeds right now is crap. Buying watermelon seeds right now is crap. I just got sick of it. I decided to take a break, at least until the market maybe levels out a bit. I'm thinking about 50 mil farming, perhaps. That'd be pretty cool to have that. I'd be front page in agility, magic, and farming at that point. With 60 mil, magic definitely be front page. But yeah, the only other goal I have is find some time somewhere to do another 2,000 clues. I've thought about stopping at 100 mil agility, doing 1,000, and then stopping at 150 mil, and then doing 1,000. I might still do that, so that'll be probably 2 months away. Yeah, that's about it. I guess I'm going to answer this guy's question. And you guys can find something else to watch to occupy your time. Just remember to brush your teeth.